Destinies are very, very fragile. And when you have, or when you ought to be the person that you are meant to be, remember that it's going to be tested. This is true for everything, every dream that you think it is valid is always going to be tested. And setbacks will always be there, but it is important that those around you, will they be able to sustain? Remember, a seed is able to be brought forth by what? By the soil and what around it. It sustains it. It gives its life and purpose and meaning. If I take a seed and put it in an empty jar, nothing will happen. It will just remain a seed. But if I put it on the right environment, soil or exposure to water, it is going to germinate. And so it is also about your life. Remember, when God created you, he planted something within you. And this thing is up to you to see, am I within the right people? Are those around you able to cultivate it, able to hold it until it takes roots? Look, for example, even in the manuscripts, the Word of God, the Bible, the man Moses, he was a great leader, but look back at who he was. Remember, his own, the nation that he was in was after killing of children. They were killing young children. Every male born was being murdered. But it took the mother and the midwives of those days. They were so caring. They said, we'll rather disobey the king's word and let this seed grow, let this young grow, let this destiny grow. And you find that Miriam helped out. His mother was able to raise Moses within the palace and to bring out the life. And all these things that we get to know is all about who cultivated you, who sustained that dream when it was about to be crushed. And the same thing goes to the man David. After he was anointed, you find Saul tried many ways to kill him, but he had a band of friends. They used to run around, hide in caves, because they sustained, because they knew that was the light of Israel. If it was to be put out, then it was going to be a strange thing. Within that line, we find that without David, maybe we could not have Christ. And so that light had to be sustained. And not only even that, even Christ himself, during at his birth, the enemy tried to destroy him. But it took loyal men, it took Joseph to be loyal unto God, to sustain that seed, to sustain that dream, for us to get that salvation. You see, Joseph obeyed God, and he looked at the life of Christ and said, he will sustain it. He ran into Egypt. He came, again being warned. He went and settled in different parts of the country. Because it is always important to have people that believe in your dream, people that are able to share within your destiny. So my question unto you, my plea unto you is, are you within those people? Look at your circle. Can it sustain who you are, or it is going to enclose you? Some of you, your work, your job has enclosed you, that you cannot bring forth who you are. There's a difference between job and work. Job is what you are paid at the end of the month. Work is what you are meant to do. And so this is quite special. Let us reason out. Go think about your life. Remember, a man without purpose is, you're living a meaningless life. If you have a purpose, you will achieve it. You will do greater things. You will find fulfillment in life, because that is what you are meant to do. So my question unto you, in your situation, is there something that can sustain that dream? Is there something that can sustain that destiny until you become what you ought to become? Those are just few examples. And I know when you sit down, when you ask God to help you, when you reason out, it is going to help you and help anyone out there. This is important. Have people who will do everything to sustain you, to ensure that you become a better man. Shalom and shalom.